So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie.
You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is angry after hearing that Floyd Mayweather allegedly visited Lamont Roach's training camp before their rematch. He sees it as a betrayal by his former mentor. Tank has said it's actually better to have issues with Mayweather than to be on good terms with him. He hinted that being too close to Floyd brings trouble, claiming Mayweather has done things to him that no one else knows about. While he didn't give details, his words suggest Mayweather had a negative impact on him both personally and professionally. Davis has previously shared his frustrations about Mayweather's actions behind the scenes, saying their relationship was more complicated than it looked. He admitted Floyd had already made his mark in boxing, but Tank believes focusing on himself is the best choice. He doesn't want Mayweather's presence or decisions to affect him anymore. By keeping his distance, Davis feels he can stay clear-headed and focus on his own career. With his rematch against Roach coming up, he is fully locked in on his future and prefers to move forward without being under Mayweather's shadow.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Tank Davis spoke about his relationship with Floyd Mayweather, making it clear that his main focus is now on his own career. When asked about Mayweather's involvement or support, Davis said that Floyd has always been the way he is and has already achieved everything he needed to in boxing. Davis admitted that if he were in Floyd's position, he might act the same way. He doesn't seem to hold any hard feelings, understanding that Mayweather has moved on from being actively involved with other fighters. While some might see Mayweather's distance as a lack of support, Davis doesn't take it personally. He knows Floyd has done his part in the sport and is now enjoying his legacy. Instead of dwelling on his past with Mayweather, Davis is fully focused on himself. He is determined to build his own legacy, separate from his former mentor. He knows that his success will come from his own hard work, discipline, and ability to stay at the top of boxing. With his rematch against Lamont Roach approaching, Davis is locked in on securing a dominant victory. He isn't looking for outside validation or help. His only goal is to prove himself and stay among boxing's elite. Moving forward, Tank is focused on his future, not his past with Mayweather.
Camp and crew or something, or not?
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for like stand to himself and things like that. But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly been giving advice to Lamont Roach after visiting his training camp, which has caught the attention of the boxing world. Mayweather, known for his skill and knowledge, has always stressed the importance of proper technique, especially when it comes to jabs. He says his goal is not just to teach boxing but to help shape future stars. However, his involvement with Roach has caused tension, especially with Tank Davis. Tank, who was once mentored by Mayweather throughout his early career, now feels betrayed by his former promoter. For years, Mayweather was in Tank's corner, guiding him to big wins and helping him build his brand. But now, seeing Floyd offer support to his opponent has made Tank question his loyalty. To Tank, this isn't just about boxing advice, it's about trust. He sees Mayweather working with Roach as a sign of disloyalty. This situation is similar to what happened with Frank Martin, who also received guidance from Mayweather before Floyd eventually distanced himself. It seems Mayweather moves based on his own interests rather than staying committed to one fighter. As Tank prepares for his rematch with Roach, he has to push aside any feelings of betrayal and focus on proving himself. He knows the only way to secure his legacy is by dominating in the ring, with or without Mayweather's support.
A lot of fighters think it's just this. Let's do it. Come on. See, a lot of fighters think it's just this. So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go. See the long jab? See the long jab?
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has praised Lamont Roach for his skills and power, calling him a true contender in the sport. Jones highlighted Roach's ability to adapt in the ring, pointing out that his strong fundamentals and high ring IQ make him a tough opponent for anyone. Many doubted Roach before his fight with Gervonta Davis, but his performance proved he belongs at the top level. Jones noted that Roach's ability to handle adversity sets him apart. He has faced tough challenges and continues to improve with each fight. His footwork, defense, and counterpunching make him a well-rounded fighter who can adjust his strategy depending on his opponent. Roach isn't just a fighter with heart, he has the technical skills to match. Jones also emphasized Roach's punching power. While he may not be known for knockouts like Davis, Roach has shown that he can hurt opponents with precision and timing. His ability to land clean, effective shots makes him dangerous, especially in longer fights where his accuracy and stamina play a key role. Jones also praised Roach's discipline and dedication to training. Unlike some fighters who rely only on athletic ability, Roach succeeds through skill, preparation, and mental toughness. With his growing confidence and sharp technique, Jones believes Roach will continue to be a major threat in boxing. Whether in a rematch with Davis or against another top contender, Roach has proven he's ready for any challenge.
Presumably, Tank is supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur, when you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get by Roach. Because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean that right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always good. You're a special fighter. Tank's
Yep.
a special fighter. What
Yep.
do you like about him? What makes him different?
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He's not there to play around. He's trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to be about.
Okay, if you played in the NBA, what would be the team you would choose to play with?
Right now, I'll play Milwaukee.
Why?
I like Dame and I like Giannis.
Roy, did you see what happened between T.O. and Bud?
No. Yeah, I did see, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because the whole thing that came out of that, right, was that T.O. said, hey, he apologized and he was leveraging racism as promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud, what that means.
Yep.
I gotta go.
Speaking of Bud, what are your thoughts on it?
Lamont Roach has made it clear that while winning is always the goal, his true desire is to score a knockout. For him, stepping into the ring isn't just about victory, it's about making a statement. Roach has put in countless hours of training, perfecting his skills and pushing himself to the limit. If he can knock out Gervonta Davis, it would be a career-defining moment and a testament to his hard work. He sees this fight as a chance to prove himself at the highest level and secure his place among boxing's elite.
I meant earlier. My initial plan is to win, but every time I fight, I'm trying to knock somebody out. So, so if that happens in the midst of it, that'd be a blessing. That'd be definitely something that I work for because I work my ass off. But yeah, if he on his way out, well, why not kick his ass out?
Lamont Roach thrives on proving people wrong. Every time someone doubts him, it only pushes him to work harder. Throughout his career, critics have questioned whether he belongs among boxing's elite. After his first fight with Gervonta Davis, some felt he didn't do enough to secure a clear victory, despite a strong performance. Now, heading into the rematch, Roach sees this as the perfect chance to silence the doubters. He's determined to show that he's not just a good fighter, but a great one. The criticism fuels his drive to train harder, sharpen his skills, and step into the ring with absolute confidence. Roach believes this rematch is his moment to make a statement and prove that he belongs among the best in the sport.
It does in a sense, but yeah, it do for sure. I ain't gonna lie, I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right. So yeah, it definitely gives me an incentive. And like I said before, I've been here before. The Hector fight, they had me duck. Right now, they really got me. They really got me. So, you know, it's an agenda. I got it on the agenda to upset a lot of people.
Tank Davis has never looked this vulnerable in the ring, and much of the credit goes to Lamont Roach. Roach's skill, toughness, and strategy turned the fight into a competitive battle, something many didn't expect. His ability to handle Tank's power and counter effectively made the fight much closer than anticipated. Roach's composure and confidence shook Tank in a way no opponent has before, proving that he belongs among the sport's elite. Now, in the rematch, Roach aims to make an even bigger statement. However, some critics argue that one strong performance isn't enough to define greatness. They believe that while Roach fought well against Davis, he needs to prove himself consistently at the highest level. On the other hand, many still see Gervonta Davis as a proven star who simply had an off night. With his knockout power and past victories, his supporters believe he remains an elite boxer. They argue that Tank wasn't fully focused in his fight with Roach, which made the contest closer than expected. In their view, a focused and prepared Tank will dominate in the rematch. For Roach, this fight is a chance to show that his first performance wasn't a fluke. If he delivers again, he can cement his place among boxing's best.
I don't think Roach is a great fighter. And it sounds harsh, but what is he great at? He had a great night, doesn't make him a great fighter. Buster Douglas had a great night, never was a great fighter. I love you, George. I love George Gambosis. Really great night from you when you beat Teofimo Lopez. You were never a great fighter. And never has he shown us he was a great fighter. He was on nobody's radar. 25 plus fights. And then he has one great night, one great fight. And a lot of guys want to say, oh, he's a great fighter. What about Roach versus Loma, Roach versus Shakur, Roach versus Keyshawn, Haney, Tio? No. No. I'm not allowing you guys to do that. He had a great night. You got to show me that again and again. If you could show me that 2 more times, that this wasn't just a great night, I'm a great fighter now, then I'll give it to you. But one great night. You cannot be an alcoholic for 25 years, go one day without drinking, and expect me to call you sober. You can't.
Rolly Romero has come to Tank Davis' defense, saying that one bad night doesn't define his career. According to Romero, Tank is still the face of boxing and one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport. He believes that even the greatest fighters have off nights, and Tank's performance against Lamont Roach was just that, not a sign of decline. Romero points out that Tank's skill, power, and dominance over the years still make him one of the best pound-for-pound fighters. One close fight shouldn't erase everything he has accomplished. While fans and analysts may criticize his performance, Romero reminds everyone that even legends like Floyd Mayweather and other top champions have had tough fights. Now, Tank has the chance to silence his doubters in the rematch. If he comes back stronger, he can remind the world why he's still one of boxing's biggest stars.
That people want to discredit Tank, he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a night with Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
Not only has Floyd Mayweather distanced himself from Gervonta Davis, but longtime coach Calvin Ford has also been absent from his corner recently. This may have played a role in Tank's performance being affected. Ford has been a key figure in Davis' growth, constantly pushing him to improve and sharpen his skills. However, Ford has stated that his role had naturally come to an end, believing Davis had learned everything he could from him. While he still supports Tank, he understands that every fighter must eventually move forward. Now, Davis faces the challenge of proving he can succeed without the two biggest influences in his career.
It's the best for him. I'm hoping that he do what I need him to do. You know what I'm saying? You see how I asked him, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Because I need somebody that's going to really push that. So I can see different levels of it. This time I had a chance to step back, and everybody keeps saying, they changing up stuff. No, we ain't changed up anything. It's the same thing we always do. You know?
Going into the training camp, how was it? Or you said you stepped back a little bit. Well, how was it? Splitting the time. How's it going to be splitting the time to
No, this is
Saturday
something
night?
that we do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, y'all know all I gotta do is speak. Then take out history since he was a kid. When I stepped in the gym, B said, "Yo, I'm glad you here now." He watched him. He said, "Boom." And I see the light in Tank. I just can't wait to see all of that come together. Fight night.
How's going back to being in the corner? How do you see Gervonta right now? Just being in camp, because at first when we talked to him in the press conference, he was very open about retiring and he was done. And now he said that
y'all have to understand. He's a young man. He have a family. He want to do something. Enjoy something. Don't take some time. I took a little bit of time off. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes you. Get you back on that. So tonight, he had a chance for me not being around him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I stepped in and I seen how he missed me and how I missed him. You know what I'm saying?
Floyd Mayweather and Calvin Ford have always been there for Gervonta Davis, providing mentorship, strategy, and confidence throughout his career. Every time Tank stepped into the ring, they were by his side, ensuring he stayed disciplined and focused. Their presence was a big part of his rise to stardom and success. However, things have changed dramatically. Tank is now navigating his career without both of them, facing the challenges of going it alone. Some believe this absence has already affected his performance, as seen in his fight with Lamont Roach. Many argue that without Mayweather and Ford's guidance, Tank might not have reached his current level of success. Their absence raises doubts about his ability to maintain his elite status on his own. Now, Tank has to prove that he can keep succeeding and show the world he is more than just a product of their mentorship.
Stop head hunting. That's how you get the head.
I need this 10th, 11, and 12 on the unofficial. He's down.
Okay. He said unofficial.
On the unofficial. I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want. You want from me. Hey, that's what you want from me. You don't want nobody lying to you. I'm 100 with you.
He said on the unofficial, not the real card here. Keep picking your shot. You took that round off here.
That's my job. I'm 100 with you.
Well, that was fast.
Both Calvin Ford and Floyd Mayweather played key roles in shaping Gervonta Davis' career, guiding him through challenges and crucial decisions. They offered mentorship, strategy, and experience, making sure he stayed on track. Now, with both no longer in his corner, Davis must navigate the boxing world on his own. This shift raises questions about how he will adapt without their guidance. Some believe he has outgrown their influence, while others worry that their absence might affect his future success. Only time will tell if stepping away from them was the right decision or if it will impact his career trajectory.
Should a Tank Davis-Devin Haney fight be next?
Yeah, it should be. We already called it out. We actually flipped the coin between Devin Haney and Shakur. We don't really care. Everybody was getting on Tank about he never asked for the big fights. If you look at Tank sit there and said the time is now. You know what I'm saying? Them guys is the only guys that are they really willing to take that fight? Are they gonna outprice themselves? Or they're gonna take the fight? I'm old school. If I really think I'm gonna beat somebody, take the money and run with it. Let's fight. If you notice when we fought for Floyd now, we took every fight they threw at us. You know what I'm saying? We did what they asked. That's what the company, that's what you do. I train my guys and I tell my guys, you train, you fight, you get paid. We take care of the rest of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Look where it put us at. You know, we at the top of our game right now. So right now, we're just trying to see what's next, to see who's going to sign the contract to make them move.
You can say, that's it for today's video. Stay tuned, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and hit the bell icon on Knockout Chronicles for more updates.